Hi everyone, it's Wednesday night and we are back at the Cobblestone Hotel for another amazing episode of Music Talks on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. I'm your host, Chelsea Rittenauer. A special thank you and shout out to our cameraman Rick Fike and to Macaulay Jones of Mackie Music Studios, taking care of all of our sound needs. Our special guest this evening is singer-songwriter Ritchie Huey.
Hey.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. How are you? Thank you so very much for coming out tonight.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you.
So let's jump into this. We have a lot to talk about. I know you have some stories. So why don't you tell me how you got into music and how this whole thing started?
I actually went and seen my sister's band concert for school, and there was this guy with these glow-in-the-dark drumsticks, and they shut all the lights out, and that just awestruck me. I went home and cut a hole in a box and got a stick out of the yard, and I was beating on this box.
How old were you?
4. Yeah. So when I turned 5, my mother and father bought me a Muppet drum set, which everyone hated. I'm 5. I'm beating on these drums all day, Christmas morning, annoying everybody. But that's pretty much what got me started. I had the little Donnie and Marie Osmond 4-string plastic string guitars, when I was a kid. I actually didn't really get a real instrument until like the 3rd or 4th grade. My sister handed me down a clarinet, and that's what I actually really started playing on.
I was not expecting that. I was expecting you to say, oh, I picked up the guitar first. We go from the drums to the clarinet.
Yeah.
I like it. So how many years did you play the clarinet?
I played the clarinet for 2 years. Then I switched to seeing I could learn instruments really fast. My teachers, my instructors would put me where they needed me. So if they needed a tenor sax player, they would give me a tenor sax and send me home with it.
Figure it out.
Yeah, and I never used sheet music. I still to this day do not know how to sight read music. I can pretty much listen to it and play it. So then he switched me to alto sax, first chair. I moved all around the band until my senior year. With the whole time I was playing guitar at home,
So you're a self-taught musician?
Yes, absolutely. I had 8 guitar lessons. That's it.
Did you hate it?
Yeah.
They put you in a box, right? You couldn't stand it.
It wasn't that much. It was at my buddy's house. He's a great guitar player, still is. Ronnie Elentry, Woody. He taught me a lot, but I took the ball and ran with it.
So how many instruments do you play?
I think my mother was asking me years ago for Christmas, what instrument can't you play? And I said, well, the violin's one. So she bought me a violin for Christmas. And of course I learned it.
Yeah.
And I think the last one, of all the major instruments, I can play all the woodwind instruments, all the brass instruments in an orchestra. I think the last instrument I'm learning, which I'll be playing tonight some, is the harmonica.
Okay.
And it's by far the toughest one I've actually had to play.
Really?
Yeah, it's a lot of lung control, breath.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, so let's fast forward a little bit to maybe right after high school. When did you start playing in bands?
I was actually still in high school. 1989 was my first show. And that was a talent show. I had a 3-piece band. We did a couple benefits. My drummer's dad played in a band called, I believe it was High Chaparral. Don't quote me on that. But we used to open for them. 1989, I was a kid. So we would follow them around and play for 45 minutes before they took the stage. They let us do that.
Did you primarily play guitar?
I played only guitar back then. And that's how I became a singer.
Okay, so tell me.
Here we go.
Here's the story. You didn't tell me.
I wasn't a singer at all.
Pre-film, but tell me how you got into singing.
Yes, I was forced into it. My very first show, it was a benefit for Chris Cole. She was a student in the same high school with me, and We practiced all summer long for this one show. You know, it was the biggest thing for us. And my singer did not show up.
Singers.
Yeah, I know, right? But he didn't come. And we played without a singer. And it was terrible. It was terrible. So we get to practice the very next day. And we practiced every day after school. And I said to my bass player, Chris, do you think you could sing these songs until we find somebody? We're playing Rush and all kind of difficult things, three-piece. And he tried. He got through the first two lines, and that's not going to work. You were not meant to have a microphone in front of you. So I asked my drummer, I said, maybe you could do it. He said, I'm playing Neil Peart. There's no way I can sing the same time and play this technical. I said, I'll try until we find someone. Well, we never found anyone. And during that whole summer, I sang every day, and I ended up getting pretty good at it. Yeah. To the point where people were calling me not to play guitar for them, for me to sing for them. Oh. So it just naturally turned me into a singer. Yeah. And I started joining bands like Red Rum. My first band was called Too Far Gone. I sang for. We recorded a full-length album. Like I said, Red Rum. I've been singing a lot of bands. Road Angel.
How many bands would you say over the years you've either sang or played for? Or both?
At least 15. Woo. Yeah.
That's a lot. And you also do solo work.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you said you recorded a full album with your first band. Let's talk about recording and writing. When did you start writing your own music?
I started writing it at a pretty young age, right around 89, 90, with a tape deck and another tape deck. I would play this part on this tape deck and record on this one, so I'd get tracks. That was before we had multi-track things that were available to us at home. Yeah. Now I have a whole recording studio at home. I can do all the tracks that I want. But back then I had 2 tape recorders. That's all I had. So that's how I would overdub. And this part would have 2 parts on it, and I would record on this one and play. Now this part has 3, and I record on this one. Now it's got 4. So just stacked it on. And it sounded horrible, but that was the only way to get it done back then.
So tell me about your writing process. You've been writing for a while now.
Oh, I'm a weirdo when it comes to that.
How do you go about it? Do you have a formula? I kind of have a formula with how I write new songs, but I know everyone's different.
Yeah, I find when I sit down with my formula, intro, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, it never works out for me. If the song comes to me, it writes itself. And I don't write about anything in particular. Sometimes it's about what happened today. Sometimes it's about a past relationship. Sometimes it's about the future. I mean, every song is completely different from the one before. So there is no formula to it. I don't believe if you have a formula to it that it actually works. It doesn't for me, anyhow. I know some people that write very good music, like my guitar player Fudge. He writes awesome music. I don't know what his formula is, but it's good. It works for him.
Everyone is so different, so I'm not quite sure.
It works for him. Everybody writes different, I believe.
Yeah.
It's all in how you...
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. So how many songs would you say you've written over the years?
Oh, I got a piano off of my guitar player from Blacklist. I was in Blacklist for like 13 years. He was moving to Florida, and he gave me his piano. And I would wait till my girlfriend went to work, and I would light candles, and I would write songs on this piano. And I would get done, and I would crumble it up and throw it inside, shut the doors. Well, when I moved out of that place, and I was getting rid of the piano, there were so many songs inside of it that the keys were dead. It was just piled full of crumpled papers. And I sat for literally 4 or 5 hours crumbling papers and reading them. It's like, wow, what was on my mind that day? You know, what was I doing that night? You know, and I got a lot of good material out of it.
Yeah. So how many songs would you say
A
original
number?
works you have recorded at least?
Oh, recorded?
Sure, if that's easier.
That would definitely be easier. After 13 albums, I'm on a solo album now, and we're going to write for January and February with Black and Ground. I would have to say right around 70 or 80 recorded songs.
So you said you've recorded 13 different albums.
Yes.
With how many different bands?
There's 3 solo albums, so 10 different bands.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is any of this stuff out there somewhere on social media or some sort of platform where if we wanted to say hop onto YouTube, we could find all of this music?
I would like to find some of it. I would.
It's lost in the abyss.
Yeah, like my first album, Too Far Gone, I only know one person that has a copy of that album. I don't even have a copy of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So the stuff's out there, but we've got to dig for it.
Yeah, I got to dig for it.
At least for the older material.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's talk about the material that you have out from, let's say, the past 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Is it with bands? Is it solo works? Like, what do you have that's out recent right now?
I haven't recorded with a band since, it's been since 2014.
Okay.
And that was with Blacklist. And we did a short 4-song demo. That's what it was. I believe Brian has copies of that. I don't have any copies of it. But I have a home recording studio now with like 93 songs on it. And that's what I've been doing lately.
So that's all been your solo work?
Yes.
So let's talk about that. You told me that you're kind of all over the map on the genres that you'll play.
Yeah.
But whenever you're doing your solo work, does your style lend itself more to a particular genre?
It does. It does. When I write, it's more of a folk rock, and it tells a story.
Yeah.
It's very easy to understand. There's no you have to figure out what the guy's talking about. You know, it pretty much tells a story. You can figure out what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You don't have to ask what did he write that about. It says what I mean to say.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
So are you going to have any newly released solo albums of like your folk music?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When will that drop?
Probably not for another 6 months or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still recording.
Cool. Is it going to be under a specific name, and will it be up on a certain platform that those out there can get their hands on it?
I will have it on YouTube for sure.
Yeah.
Once everything's copywritten and ASCAP approved, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how that goes.
Absolutely. So will this be under Ritchie Huey?
Yes.
So for all of you out there, after you hear him play his set, he's going to play some original songs for us tonight. If you're really digging any of this music, keep your eyes peeled within the next 6 months. Hop onto YouTube, type in Ritchie Huey, and you can see all of his recent original works. So let's talk about a couple of the most recent bands that I know of. I know that you were involved with a group called Bastard Saints, and I know that there's a story behind that, and that was primarily classic rock.
Yeah, we played classic rock, some original stuff.
Yeah. So why don't you kind of tell me the story behind that and how that whole band
Where I
came
got the
together?
name from?
Yeah,
Everybody asks me that. They do. When I was a kid, coming up in the music scene as a singer, no longer a guitar player, we already been through that. My drummer's mother, Pam, bought me a St. Christopher because I was a wild child. To guide and protect me, she said, in my travels. Well, years and years I've been wearing these. Maybe not the same one, but you've never seen me without one. I found out years later that St. Christopher is not a saint. Neither is St. Nick, Santa Claus. There's a whole list of them in the Catholic religion. They couldn't prove that St. Christopher ever existed. So they took him off the saints list, and they put him on a list called the Bastard Saints. Yeah. And I said, that's genius. That's a perfect band name.
Yeah.
So I took it and
there
ran
it
with
was.
it. Right.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool.
So you guys were Bastard Saints. You guys were primarily a cover band.
Yeah, we did some original stuff, but stuff that I wrote.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And you were lead vocalist and guitarist for this
Lead
band.
guitarist, lead vocalist.
Very cool. So
All the stuff we played was more guitar derived, like Eric Johnson's Cliffs of Dover, you know, the higher end vocals like Led Zeppelin and AC/DC, stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah, stuff that nobody else really attempts to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, I gotcha. So let's talk about the most recent happening. You are now the new, but not so new,
Not so new.
lead singer of Black and Ground.
Back to the microphone again.
Yeah, yeah. So do you prefer playing the guitar or do you prefer singing?
I love it all.
Okay,
Long
that's fair.
as long as I'm making music, I'm
Yeah,
happy.
okay, fair. So tell me the story behind how this happened, because you were the original singer of Black and Ground, correct?
It wasn't Black and Ground back then.
Oh,
When Change for a Quarter and not all the songs, but Change for a Quarter came out, I was actually the original singer for that song. I'm not even sure what we were called. Might have been Floodbone. It might have been, I can't remember. I'd have to ask Fudge. Might have been Unhinged. I don't know. It's been 20 years ago.
okay.
Yeah.
That song is 20 years old.
Yes.
Wow.
I went to the studio and recorded that song.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to recap, if you feel like rewinding back to when Black and Ground was interviewed, you can hear the story about that song and when it was originally recorded. And apparently, this is the man that recorded it. So now you're back.
Yes.
You're back with that group. You're back with those guys. And
Yes.
you are singing with Black and Ground.
Yes.
You're learning all the originals. You said you guys are writing new material?
Yes. Absolutely.
And when will this new material be coming out?
I believe we're going in the studio January and February. We'll be back in Steubenville.
How many songs are you looking at?
Full length album.
So this all just happened within the last 3 weeks.
Pretty much.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they put me through the ringer.
Yeah, that's a lot of work in a
Yeah, I
short
had to-
amount of time.
Yeah, I had to learn their whole set list in like 3 weeks.
Amazing. So you're going to be back with Black and Ground, but will you still be out gigging and doing your solo work at the same time?
I will probably cool that off for a while to work on this project. We got some pretty awesome things coming up for the year to come. I'll probably focus on that more. But I record all the time at home and write.
Yeah.
I leave a guitar upstairs in the bedroom. I leave a guitar downstairs by the television. So whenever there's a
Whenever
guitar
it hits you.
everywhere, you
Yeah.
know, I just grab it and play. Whether we're watching TV or whatever we're doing, eating dinner, I'll just grab it and play.
So when you're doing your solo work, and even with Black and Ground, if people want to come out, hear you do a show, where do you typically play and how can they hear you?
You can go to the Black and Ground website. We have a Facebook page. That's all we always promote there first and foremost. My page, I always put it on there. If you know anybody from the band, it's mostly Facebook.
So what is
Promotion-wise.
your personal Facebook page? If you could tell everyone out there so they can follow you.
Ritchie Huey.
Yeah.
Yeah. R-I-T-C-H-I-E.
R-I-T-C-H-I-E. And
There's
then
a T in there.
Yes, there is a T. I knew that. I spelled it correctly. I totally spelled it correctly. For the record.
Everyone puts R-I-C-H-I-E. It's not.
Well, for those of you out there, be sure to hop onto his Facebook page at Ritchie Huey, facebook.com. You can see all of the available dates, when and where he will be performing. And now that he's with Black and Ground, you can check out the Black and Ground Facebook page. You can check out their YouTube page if you'd like to hear any of their original works. And do they have a website as well?
I believe so.
Well, there you go. Black and Ground also has a website, so you can see all of the dates and where they're going to be playing in the upcoming months.
Yeah, we're booked clear to December
I know.
every weekend.
Yeah. It's
So-
amazing.
It won't be hard to find us.
Yeah.
We're out there.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Richie, is there anything else that you would like to add?
Not really.
Lovely. Then I think we've pretty much covered it all. I'm
think
looking
we
forward
have.
to hearing your set, hearing your original music. So, everyone out there, that is a wrap for the interview. We're going to take a quick break and we will be back with Ritchie's set of covers and originals. See you soon.
Dude, what is up with your house?
Oh, it's cool. My parents just got Zoom.
Hey everyone, welcome back, and a special welcome to singer-songwriter Ritchie Huey. Have at it, my friend.
This is a song my buddy Dave wrote. It's called Without You. I loved you since the very first day. When I caught you looking my way, you smiled and I knew it. And up until you came along, no one's ever heard my song. I was climbing with a bullet. It's nice to have someone to honestly devoted. When it's said and done, girl, I hope you know that the traveling, the singing, it don't mean nothing without you. The fast cars, the guitars, they are all just second to this life, this love that you and I have been dreaming of for so long. It'd all be as good as gone without you. Along come a baby girl, and suddenly my little world just got a whole lot bigger. Yes, it did. And people that I barely knew love me 'cause I'm part of you. Man, it's tough to figure how two souls can be miles from one another. It's to you and me, somehow found each other. The traveling, the singing, it don't mean nothing without you. The fast cars, the guitars, and they are all just second to this life, this love that you and I have been dreaming of for so long. It'd all be as good as gone without you. Oh, without you. Without you I'd survive, but I'd have to have the notion that somehow I'd get by going through the motions. The traveling, the singing, it don't mean nothing without you. The fast cars, the guitars, they are all just second to this life, this love that you and I have been dreaming of so long. It'd all be as good as gone without you.
dream for the fame, dream of the crowds, dream for the oceans, sailing the seas, dream for yourself, girl, don't dream for me. Been searching. All my life I've been uncertain. Been bad and I'm left alone. At 15 I had to leave home. Black sheep, bad seed. The roadside bar in Tennessee. I met an angel who rescued me. Friends think she's a little crazy. She wears a smile, heart on her sleeve. Don't give a damn what the world thinks of me. She tells me it's all good. She's happy with a bad seed, happy to be misunderstood. And a pint a day to hide the shame and wash away the pain, all the pain. Every road was a dead-end street, running from the law and running on empty. I couldn't shake the marks that were left on me. Roadside bar in Tennessee, I met an angel who rescued me. She rescued me. She wore blue jeans and a rosary, believed in God and believed in me. And all our friends think she's a little crazy. Wears a smile, heart on her sleeve. Don't give a damn what the world thinks of me. She tells me it's all good. She's happy with a bad seed, happy to be misunderstood. Jeans in a rosary, believed in God and believed in me. All her friends think she's a little crazy. She wears a smile, heart on her sleeve. Don't give a damn what the world thinks of me. She tells me it's all good. She's happy with a bad seed, happy to be misunderstood. 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 Misunderstood.
It's called Just Another Day. I wrote this like 15 years ago. I've said all that I've got to say. It's been too long, now I'm moving on, yeah, like it's just another day. Just another lonely sidewalk. Just another price I'll have to pay. Just another painful memory, yeah, and it's just another day. Staring out into the night, trying to hide the pain. I'm going to a place where love and feeling good don't ever cost a thing. It can feel a different kind of pain. I'm going home to a place where I belong, where your love has always been enough for me. I'm not running from, no, I think you got me all wrong. I don't regret this life I chose for me. These places and these faces are getting old, so I'm going home. Going home. The miles are getting longer, it seems, the closer I get to you. I've not always been the best man or friend for you, but your love remains true. And I don't know why you always seem to give me another try. So I'm going home to a place where I belong, where your love has always been enough for me. I'm not running from, no, I think you got me all wrong. I don't regret this life I chose for me. These places and these faces will get Thank you.
Don't rush the stage. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. A regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He said, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore young man's clothes. Oh, la-da-di-di-da, la-da-di-di-da, la. Well, sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight, 'cause we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling alright. Now John at the bar is a friend of mine. He gets me my drinks for free, and he's quick with a joke or a light of your smoke, but there's some place that he'd rather be. He said, Rich, I believe this is killing me, as a smile ran away from his face, 'cause I'm sure that I could be a movie star if I could get out of this place. Oh, la la la, di di da, la la di di da, la. Now Paul is a real estate novelist, never had time for a wife. He's talking to Davy, still in the Navy, probably will be for life. And the waitress is practicing politics as the businessman slowly gets stoned. It's the sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. Oh, la da di da, la da di da, la. Oh, sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for a melody. You've got us feeling alright. It's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday. The manager gives me a smile, 'cause he know it's me they've been coming to see, to forget about life for a while. In the piano it sounds like a carnival, and the microphone smells like a beer. They just sit at the bar and put bread in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here? Oh, la da da di di da, la da di di da, la. Oh, sing us a song,
Let's start that over. Edit. It's going to be an editing nightmare for you guys. Are going to hate me by the time it's over. Close the storybook. There will be no encore. And all the random hands that I have shook, well, they're reaching for the door. I watch their backs as they leave single file, but you stood stubborn, cheering all the while. And I know I can be colorful. I know I can be great. I know this loser's living fortunate, 'cause I know you will love me either way. Goodness sake, but you couldn't pantomime. You are more beautiful when you awake than most are in a lifetime. Through the haze that is my memory, well, you stay for drama though you paid for a comedy. And I know I can be colorful. I know I can be great. And I know this loser's living fortunate, 'cause I know you will love me. 'Cause I know you will love me. 'Cause I know you will love me either way.
Ritchie, thank you so very much for coming out tonight. It was lovely having you. Loved the covers. Really liked the originals. Great stuff. They're very catchy and fun. Yeah, so definitely get those out. Drop that album. Make sure you check out his stuff on YouTube in about 6 months when everything's ready to go.
I can't go without saying hi to my daughter, Hannah. I know you're going to be watching this, kid.
Hello to Hannah. Well, once again, thank you so very much. For everybody out there watching, that's a wrap for this week. But next week, we will be back at Bar None with Shiva Skydriver. So be sure to tune in, or even better, come hang out with us. Have a lovely night, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.